person I know. Throughout my life, I've always had obsessions. First, when I was youngest, I loved snakes. For my birthday one year, my aunt gave me a snake dictionary. Oh boy, I love that thing. I carried it around with me everywhere I went. There were nights where hours on end I would just be studying it, just nothing else in the world mattered to me than what was on the next page. I went so far that I decorated my room to be a jungle. Yeah, I went into my backyard with my mom and dad, and we collected leaves and sticks and hung them around the room. I put my rubber snakes and lizards. That was weird back then. Eventually, I started to love our presidents more. I went to Learning Express with my mom, and we bought a dinner placemat, that had all 44 presidents on it. So I took it upon myself to study that until I completely memorized them forwards and backwards, their political parties, and when they served. I don't know all that today, but I still know a little bit. So time passed, and I reached middle school. Middle school was not great for me in terms of curiosity. All learning was through a textbook, and teachers didn't want you asking why. I wasn't happy about this, so I found Brooks. I got in, and the learning transition was drastic for sure. But I feel that now I kind of know what Brooks is all about. And the following quote from our founding father and inventor, Ben Franklin, sums up what I believe is Brooks' teaching style. Quote, "Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I remember. Involve me, and I learn." End quote. So, some may ask, what is curiosity? The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines curiosity as the desire to learn or know more about something or someone. That's pretty hard to grasp. It's quite broad. So people can connect it to things. First, you can connect it to creativity, which I can do at times. However, some see it as the yearning for knowledge. The latter may be closer to the formal definition. However, it can be very misleading. When you hear that, you can think that curiosity is all about just making a society-altering invention and changing the world. That's not curiosity. Sometimes the best example of curiosity is in young children. Say you're going to a bookstore, buying a novel for yourself, and you run upon, say, a little kid in the middle of an aisle with a book wide open. Nothing else in that moment matters to them except for what's on the next page and what they're reading about. They don't care if they're in the middle of an aisle or that their parents are away and it's night out and they have to go home soon. All that matters is what they're reading and what they're learning. And that is natural curiosity at its finest. So in terms of young children curiosity, you see it in the TV show Curious George. This shows a monkey and his owner going around doing adventures and just being curious. Now, although George isn't the smartest character, in the real world, there's a definite link between high intelligence and curiosity. One of the biggest advocates for curiosity was the brilliant German physicist Albert Einstein. He once said, "The important thing is to not stop questioning. Never lose a holy curiosity." That right there shows a definite link between the two. One of the smartest men ever to live shows that they should be together. This link was proven on September 10th, 2009, when the University of Toronto and Mount Sinai Hospital came together to find a direct link through a research paper that proves high intelligence and curiosity are together. Now, whoever wanted to find that out must have been someone curious. And they didn't just keep it to themselves, they shared it with those around them. And that's one of the most important things about curiosity, sharing it. So where would we be today if Isaac Newton never said that gravity affects us every day? Or if Charles Darwin never published On the Origin of Species, talking about the theory of evolution? So those are some pretty big examples, of course. But we can see some society-changing inventions through teenagers. For example, Braille, the language for the blind, was invented by Louis Braille, a 16-year-old born in Paris, and was told he was blind at the age of 3. So in 1825, when he was 16, he invented Braille, and it changed the way we live today. Now that sign outside has Braille on it, and every time you go anywhere and there's a sign, all you have to do is look at those dots and there's Braille. So back then, obviously in the 1800s, there's no iPhones or iPads. So think about it. Is it better with all this technology that we have now for curiosity, or without it? In my eyes, there's one definite answer. We need technology for us to go places in terms of curiosity. All you have to do if you want to know about something is whip out your phone, do a quick Google search, and you can find helpful links, blogs, social media pages that tell you everything you need to know about it. Now, this is an opportunity that we, as our generation, needs to take advantage of. This is the generation that can unlock curiosity, but at the same time, if we don't, the world could stay as it is. So, inventions will come because of technology, but will our generation just be thinking, could we be doing more? As I've said, there's a lot of pressure on us to do something, but everyone here can change the world. You don't have to make Braille or discover gravity, but you can do something, and that's why we're all at this school. And, when I think of curiosity, I think of an event in nature. Imagine an idea as a seed, and you take this seed and you put it in the ground. And then every day, you want to know what happens. You're curious about it. So you go back and you water it, you put more soil on it, you put it in the sun. So of course, over time, it sprouts into a tree. And when it sprouts into a tree, everyone has to come see in the community because you don't just see a tree in anyone's backyard every day. So when the people come see it, it grows branches. And after it grows branches, it becomes a big healthy tree that can provide shade on anyone. And it becomes a landmark in its community. Thank you.